Good evening. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name's Phil, and it's a Monday night. This is your Monday night Fanzone show. We're going a little bit more back to normal because the season is going to be starting. So, as ever, get your views in, get your comments in, get your questions in. I want to react to all your views, all your comments, everything to do with Leicester City in this week's Fanzone show. So, get those comments rolling in straight away. Yes, good evening and welcome. Wednesday night, we'll see the start of a brand new show. Well, it's a show we've been trialling, as you'll see, with ex-players coming on. That's going to be every Wednesday night now at 7:30 with Tom, myself at times. But Tom's going to be hosting it, so join us at 7:30 on Wednesday for that. Sportster is watching. I'm going to get as many people's views and comments in tonight. Sports is watching. Josh, how are you? Looking forward to seeing your next video. Stephen Payne, good evening to you. Imtiaz, hope you're well, Imtiaz. How's everything going? Mirko watching from Holland. Please like and share this video, Mirko. I want to know your comments, your views. Lots of things to talk about. I've got a few bits and bobs I could talk about to you, but I want to know what you want to talk about. Ian Wedderson, how are you? And Ben and Mick Paget. Hope you're well, Mick. Lorraine is watching. Where are you watching from tonight, Lorraine? Get your views in, get your comments in. Maz, Anthony, good evening to you. Yeah, happy Monday to you as well. Alan is watching. I want to know who's your furthest far-flung Fox tonight, where we've got them from. Imtiaz is coming in here with the first question. He said, let's secure that Champions League spot and pray we can attend the matches in Europe next season. I agree with Imtiaz. That's going to be interesting. Now, as you can see behind me, I've got the Leicester Fan TV website up behind us, which has got all the latest news and transfer gossip. So if you do want to go and have a look at that, that's leicesterfantv.com. Also, I've got the Premier League table behind us here. Hopefully you can see it if I just move around a little bit, get out of the way. Because do you know what? I started to forget where Leicester City were a little bit. It's been that long, but we are on 53 points. I've already got a move, you see here. Look, if I just do that, you can see it. So we're on 53 points. Obviously, Liverpool are runaway leaders. Let's admit they're probably going to win it. Man City 57, Chelsea 48, Man U 48, Wolves 43, down to Sheffield United 43 and Spurs 41. Where do you think we could finish? That is one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys. And some of that is, how many points do you think we'll take from the remaining 9 fixtures? You can see who's behind there. We'll come on to the fixtures in a minute. So how many points do you think we'll get? Keep getting those comments in. Martin is watching in North Staffs. How are you, Martin? Thank you for that. Jason says, thanks. The ex-players have been top class. They certainly have. Who was your favourite one you've seen, Jason, so far? We've still got a few more to come. Obviously, it's going to be every week. We've just got Steve Linex. Good old Steve Linex getting lined up to come as well. Carl saying, so we've been linked with Lallana. So would you say this is a chance that Maddison could go? Would be exciting, I think, to see them both play together. Are you worried there about Carl? Are you worried about James Maddison this summer? Lallana, from what we're hearing, it's been offered. It's going to be a done deal. So what do you think on that? Brad Lingard, thanks, Brad, says, I think we can finish second. Excellent, Brad. Let's hope so. We're 4 points behind Man City and they've got a game in hand, so that's interesting. Josh is saying definitely think third. Mick's going for third. Ross, do you know what, Ross? I've got a bit of a bad feeling about this. The FA Cup, I say a bad feeling, winning the FA Cup. Would you want us to win the FA Cup this season? I mean, the answer is, of course you would, yes. But to think there'd be an FA Cup semi-final and an FA Cup without Leicester fans there. I've waited all my life to get to an FA Cup final, and to think it could be not coming, wow, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Stephen's giving us some good health and safety tips there. Let's hope everybody does stick to that as well, Stephen. Matty Bond. Oh, Mick Pipes watching from Syston. Thanks, Mick. Thanks for getting that in. Matty Bond says, it's a weird period. This break could throw up anything on the restart. There's been some strange results in the Bundesliga, hasn't there? Absolutely. So that will be interesting. Mirko is saying Lallana is a good singlet, I hope for. I'm not quite sure I quite understand you there, Mirko. I know you're watching all the way in Holland, but perhaps my English isn't that good. Jason is saying his favourite players that we've had on recently have been Ian Hume, Jordan Stewart and Neil Dans were all a good laugh. Yeah, I thought Steph Oakes as well was top quality as well. Dan is saying, I hope we don't get Lallana on a long-term deal, which is what's being reported. He's 32 and made of glass. He'll also surely want 100 grand. No, you wouldn't want to pay 100 grand a week for Lallana, would you? Somebody on the Facebook group is watching, saying, I think we'll finish third, but happily take fourth. Mick Paget is watching from East Staffs. We've had a North Staffs, we've had an East Staffs so far. So thanks, Mick, for watching. If you're any further away than Staffs, get your comments in. Andy, thanks for watching. As ever, please like and share. The video tonight says we should delay the FA Cup final until fans can attend. That's an interesting one, Andy. I think there's already a date for the FA Cup final, so that ain't going to happen. But Mirko's clarifying that the word he wanted to say was signing. I'll let you off, Mirko. I'll let you off. Sean is watching all the way in sunny Colville. Thanks, Sean. And Sean goes on to say, I think we'll finish fourth and win the FA Cup. Sean, look at the table. Look, we're third. We're 5 points ahead of Chelsea. Sean is saying we're going to drop down and finish fourth. Do you agree with Sean? I want your views. I want your comments in there. Listen, let's have a little look at what the fixtures are going to be, if I can get those on screen. Where are they? Here we are. Up. Next up is Watford, obviously. Watford. I'm not quite sure we've got the date for that yet. I know it's obviously that weekend, the 19th, 20th, but I don't think we've absolutely got the final date for it. So Watford is the next game. And then if we just quickly go through them, we've got Brighton at home. Again, that's a question I want to ask you guys. What is it going to be like having the King Power Stadium empty? I think it's going to change things a little bit. So we've got Brighton at home, Everton away. Then we've got Palace at home, Arsenal away, Bournemouth away, Sheffield United at home, Spurs away, Man United at home. If you were to go through those 9 fixtures, how many points do you think you can give us? Sean has just said he thinks we're going to end up in fourth. I want to know, do you agree with that? Anthony Beebe is saying he's too old. Obviously talking about Lallana. He's too old and a sick note merchant. Also will probably want a few quid, would prefer younger, stronger talent. Teresa, listen, I'm a big Leicester fan. Even I don't think we can finish first this season. It's too much. Mick Pipe is giving us the first score prediction. Well done, Mick. 5-0 to Leicester against Watford. Oh, what a day that would be. Andy Medhurst is saying, listen, it depends what happens to Man City is what's going to happen. Imtiaz says we've got a difficult run in. That's interesting, Imtiaz. I think, well, how many points, Imtiaz, do you think we can get out of 27 points available? I want to know how many you think. Mick Paget, boom, straight in there. Mick's in there, 27. Let's just have a look. If we were to get 27, let's add 27 on to where Leicester are. 27, that would be 70, 80. We can't beat Liverpool, can we? The penny's just dropped. Honestly, this is the first time I've started to think about football. I don't know about you guys. 27 on to 53 is 77, 80. That moment, you just realise you can't win the league this season. I've spent the rest of my life thinking we can't win the season until we actually did it. So anyway, it's not the end of the way. The Watford Way are watching. Good evening to you. We've got you boys next. What do you reckon? Somebody's just predicted Leicester going to win 5-0. I don't think it'll be that easy. Watford Way, what do you think it'll be? Tony Fish saying these empty stadiums, it's going to go against the bigger clubs as a lot rely on the home fans for picking them up. It's certainly going to be a different one. I'll give you that. Graham Moore saying 9 points out of 9 games. Oh my gosh, Graham. Can't believe that. Christine Knight is a bit more positive there. Christine is saying 18 out of 27. Imtiaz is going for the 15 and 18. Stephen Payne is saying he'd be happy with 20 points. Sports is saying he can see us getting about 70 points, which would be another 17 points if my maths is right. Thank you for that. Sean is saying, I honestly think the amount of games in a short period of time and the FA Cup run could hinder us. Fourth is all we need. Sean's got a point. In a way, it doesn't really matter too much if you finish second, third or fourth. Fourth gets you Champions League. It doesn't even take you into the qualifiers this season, if my maths and my knowledge is right. Fourth takes you straight into the Champions League proper, which would be a big thing. So get your views in, get your comments in. Jason saying Lallana is a no-brainer. Rodgers knows him, and what can he do? I'd rather get him on a free than sign another £25 million player like Silva. Do you agree there with Jason on Lallana? Lots of topics coming up here. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to Leicester Fan TV. If you're watching on Twitter, Periscope, thank you so much. Please give us a like and a retweet. That would be very nice. And if you're watching on either the Facebook page or the Facebook group, go on, share the video. Do us a favour. That would be great. Mirko is saying, do we play on neutral grounds? Mirko, I'm going to say quite confidently we don't. We're playing home and away. So that's going to affect things slightly. Tom, good evening, Tom. Getting ready for the show on Wednesday night, which Tom is going to take over either this week or next week, chatting with Neil Grucott this Wednesday. And then I need to check the list from Jamie at the Foxes to let us know who's playing next. Tom says 20 points should be enough to get Champions League. That would put us on 73 points. I think you're more than right there, Tom. Do you agree with Tom? Get your views and get your comments in. Brad Lingard saying, I think 1-1 against Watford won't be an easy game. First game to get back. Terry says 20 points, remainder of the season, FA Cup win and not relegated. Always got to take that, haven't you? Always got to take that, Terry. I agree with you. So first thing, as Claudio would say, get to the 40 points. Well, we've done that. Now let's just push on. Sean saying, are you going live from your living room first game? So, of course we are, Sean. We're all going to be live all day from our living room on the game against Watford. Mick saying no to Lallana. Somebody's watching from Cyprus but can't see your name. Get them there. Auntie Karen is watching. Good evening. Do we know how much is on TV that doesn't require a subscription? I think there's 4 games on BBC, Karen, and there is 25 free games to everybody on Sky. So that's 29 games absolutely free out of the 65. So there's a fair chance you'll get to see at least some of Leicester's games there if you've not got it. Other ways are available, Karen. Paul says, think we'll get 15 to 20 points. Again, a lot of you sort of going in there. Big debate on Lallana. Rob says Lallana is class. Some of you saying don't touch him with a barge pole. Some of you saying I would get him. Here comes Adam with the opposite side. Leave Lallana alone. Sign up Daniel Sturridge. Well, there you go. Adam says, forget Lallana, get Daniel Sturridge. Do you agree with Adam or not? Do you agree? Steve Payne's got a good one here, reminding us that Vardy will be buzzing looking for that golden boot. He absolutely will be, won't he? Let's hope Leicester can play without a fan, says Graham Moore. I'm sure we can. Anybody, listen, we started, I don't know if you saw it in the Bundesliga. Here we go. Borussia Mönchengladbach, there you go, I said it, have had cardboard fans in the ground. Now, we proposed an idea to you lot. We think they'd cost us about 17 quid to do it. And we said, would you pay 20 quid with 3 quid going to the Convici Charity Fund, the foundation? We had a great response. Would you pay 20 quid to have a cardboard cutout of yourself, your face, in the King Power Stadium, virtually cheering on as if you're there? I certainly would. I'd pay 20 quid to put myself in there. I don't mind that. We spoke to the club about it. They've not said no yet. I've chased them again today. So if anybody from the club is watching this tonight, get back in touch and let us know if we can do it, because we've only got 2 weeks to get it sorted. Would you have a cardboard cutout of yourself? Ross is saying, here we go. Ross is saying, if we had cardboard fans, shall we have them all of Burnley? Oh, that's actually quite a nice idea, Ross. I know you put a lol at the end there, but to be fair, I know Burnley's not been so well. Hope he is doing all right. I've not seen or heard anything of him since the virus lockdown. So I hope Burnley is well. If anybody knows how he is, let us know. I'd pay to put a Burnley in there. Put it that way. So if he can't, I'll put a Burnley in there, because that would certainly be great. He needs to be there, doesn't he? I'm sure some of you would help me with that as well, wouldn't you? Mirko would say he'd put a cardboard with a Dutch flag. Exactly, Mirko. It'd be a great one. Chris says here, get Burnley's raw. I know, good old Burnley. The days of having Burnley at a match. I know he still gets down to a few, but Andy Murder says Forest have loads of cardboard fans. I think that should be Man United have lots of cardboard fans. Forest don't have many fans, Andy. Let's be honest with that. Jamie from the Fox's Arm says, yes, I would have one. Me too, Jamie. I'm in there with you. If you'd have one, give us a like, give us a share if you would. Can't see the point in cardboard cutouts, Jamie says. Jamie, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to have one. That's fine. I know it's gimmicky. My logic was if £3 of everyone sold went to the Vichai Fund, there's going to be no Birch's end of season run. So it's a great way for us fans to stick some money into his fund and keep that running so that that tradition keeps going so we can pick it back up next year. Ross says 32,500 burnings with his famous, what, you want to put a voice box to the back of it. You could probably do that, Ross. You could probably do that. Sean is saying, Casper will knock off all their heads with his distribution. Sean, come on, mate. You're being a bit pessimistic tonight. First of all, you're saying we're going to be fourth. Now you say we're going to be... Casper's going to be putting him back in there. Ian says he'd buy one. Fair enough. Michael is saying, is Lallana a replacement for Gray or Albrighton, do you think, or is there someone else out there? Alan, I think that's a great question. Do you know what? I'm starting to think that Gray might go in the summer. And I'm also starting to think that Mark Albrighton's time at Leicester City, sadly, massive Albrighton fan myself, I'm starting to think that his time is going to be coming short. I think if we're Champions League, I'd definitely call Mark Albrighton. Somebody on Facebook is saying, can we have a blow up dolls with shirts on? Probably. Well, I'm sure you can't. Although I did see that in one, I think it was a Japanese league or Chinese league, they'd put in some rather dubious. Did anybody see this? They put some cutouts and they put some mannequins in the stadium to try and make it look better. But they had actually mistakenly bought a load of sex dolls, I can say that, and put them in the crowd. They were all gobsmacked, should we say that? Jamie says, I'd give £3 without the cardboard. Well done, Jamie. That's very good. Andy says, I'm going to donate my season ticket refund to the Vichai Fund, which is very good. Sean mentioned earlier as well, has anybody tried to do this back, get their money back for their season tickets? Yeah, I've certainly not. I will give them some time for it to calm down and see what's going on. Sean says, it was South Korea. Thanks, Rob. It was, wasn't it? And Sean, it was sex dolls. Trust me, in the crowd, it really was. Karen says, here's a curveball for you. Karen says, Jack Grealish would be a good signing. Karen, I'm with you in the fact that I do highly rate him as a player, but do you know what? He's not going to come to Leicester because there's teams like Man United sniffing around Jack Grealish. Jamie is saying he's enjoying his night off. I know, Jamie, it's been fast and frantic, hasn't it? I'm looking forward to some nights off as well. I'm looking forward to some football coming back in here. Adam says, would love to see Diabate back in a City shirt. Would I? There was a bit of promise there. I don't think he will, to be fair, Adam. Whether I think he should or whether you do, I don't think he is. I think he's gone. Who was the last person to see Diabate? Anybody know? I think he's out in Turkey somewhere, if I'm honest with you, Adam. I don't think we'll see him back in a Leicester City shirt at all. Terry's saying, yes, it was sex dolls. Sorry, Terry, here's your comment here saying, it was sex dolls and they got a big fine for it. I don't know. Now, listen, what other things can we chat about tonight? Anybody will talk or send their good wishes to Brendan Rodgers. Says he's had coronavirus and he said it was like walking up Mount Kilimanjaro. Not good time. Hopefully none of you guys watching have had it. If you have had it, well, let us know in the comments and we wish you well, obviously. How will it affect Leicester, this or not? Will it give? It could go either way, can't it? I know people who've been suffering with it. It is a massive thing, and obviously he's survived it. Thank goodness for that. Will it affect how Leicester play? Could it give us extra impetus? Would he come back and be like, "Wow, full of life"? You know, I've had a narrow escape. How will it affect Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City, or just it won't? I think it will a little bit. But whether it's a positive or negative, I'm hoping it's going to be a positive. But get your views and get your comments on that as well, if you can. We've talked a little bit about how will it be in the King Power without fans. Keep getting your comments in on that, please, if you can, while we've got 10 minutes left of the show. And how many points will we take from the remaining 9 fixtures? I want all your views. We are live absolutely on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, and our Facebook group. So get your views in. I'm going to keep trying to get as many comments up as we can on screen. So bear with me. Sean back in there saying, what do we think about George Hurst? Well, Sean, I know obviously you're a big fan of the youth with Elliot Moore, who you supported big style. Obviously, we'll let Elliot go off. Perhaps let him go a little bit early after his years at Leicester. He went to Oxford. So Will we do the same with George Hurst, or is it time to give another of the youngsters a chance? What do you think? Time to give George Hurst a bit of a chance. Matt is asking me, why wouldn't Grealish sign for us? Well, I think because I think teams like Man United will be in for him, to be fair. I'd rather Man United bought Jack Grealish and us keep James Maddison with you, Matt. That's my honest. So if Grealish can fill one of the big boy team's slots, and we keep James Maddison, I'd rather have Maddison than Grealish, if I'm honest. Much as I do rate Grealish, what do you agree with me or not on that? Imtiaz, very kind, saying, we wish you well, Brendan. Good to hear you and your wife have recovered. Stay safe. That's absolutely great. Keep getting your comments in there. Stephen says, at least bogeyman Troy Deeney won't be playing against us. No, he's not back in training. Ross is saying George Hurst should get a shout, a future striker for Leicester. Imtiaz is agreeing, saying stick Hurst in, he'll do well. Rob is saying Benkovic out, get Azure in. Benkovic not really had a chance at Leicester and such highly rated before he came, and obviously at Celtic. I'd like to see a bit more of Benkovic. I'd certainly like to keep him. Jamie at the Foxes saying 27 points for Leicester. Whew! 9 on the spin, Jamie. You reckon? Let's just have a look at those fixtures again. Let's get those fixtures up, Jamie. You reckon? Let's start with them. Where do we start? Watford. Yeah, we could win that one, couldn't we? We could beat Brighton. Of course we could. We could beat Everton away. We could beat Palace at home. Arsenal away. You reckon, Jamie? I think we're better than Arsenal, but we never do well down there in London. Bournemouth away. Bournemouth away is trickier. Leicester at home against Sheffield United, doing very well. Spurs away, that's an easy 3 points. Thank you, Spurs, you losers. Man U at home, without the Leicester fans there roaring Leicester on against Man U, that will be tricky. Leicester at home against Chelsea. Obviously, that is the FA Cup. Jamie's going for 27 points against all the teams. Do you agree with them or not? Adam is talking about the virus, saying, I don't think it hasn't had any effect on players that Brendan had the virus. They all had their season session plans and we got good backroom staff. So I think Adam there is basically saying he thinks everything will be all right. Steve Hinks, we've been talking about Lallana. Would I take him? No, I don't think I would, I think he gets injured a little bit. I think he's the wrong side of 32. I think I'd rather have hungry young players who are on the way up. I'd rather gamble on those sorts of players and take them on the way up. There's so much talent in the Championship. Absolutely loads of talent in the Championship. Absolutely loads of talent in League One. Loads of talent in our reserves. Let's go into these places. We've done it once with Jamie Vardy, and I'm not saying it's going to happen every time, but honestly, I see so many of the players down in League One and the Championship. You think, give them a chance. I'd rather have one of the younger players on the way up than one of the players who's been around and done it, and probably not so bothered on the way down. Jamie's telling us, yes, on Wednesday night, it is Neil Grucock. Anybody remember Neil Grucock playing for Leicester? Long time ago. Chappers is saying, what's the red top you have on there? Chappers, look. Bit of old school here. You can see the big belly there. Can't beat that. 1976, 1978 away kit, Chappers. That's what it is. That's why I think that's probably why I like Leicester in red away, because this was like one of my first kids' tops, the away one. I had the blue one, I had this one. Somebody on Facebook say apparently 9 subs is happening. Big bench with self-distancing. 22. I don't think there's going to be 9 subs, is there? Imtiaz is agreeing with me. Wouldn't take Lallana either. Put Kieran Dewsbury Hall in the first team squad instead. Ross saying football returning in 2.5 weeks is like the start of a new season, open playing field. I agree. This is like a mini league. This is like the Euro Championships. This could go anywhere. Some teams could come and win 9 on the trot. Some could lose 9 on the trot. If we just go back to the standings where the teams are, the league, you can see where we are. And this is where I have to shift over. Which way shall I go? I'll go over here and then you can see. You can see where we are, obviously, but it's close. Would you go down to, Spurs are 12 points behind us. That's quite a makeup, isn't it? But 4th is 48, 5th, 6th and 7th, 43 is 10 points behind us. But if you look at the teams down at the bottom, Not that we give a flying monkeys about those teams, but if it wouldn't take much for one of those to come back full of it and get out of there. Obviously, hoping it's not Villa. Sorry, all you Villa fans who aren't watching, but been quite nice to see Villa go down. Burnley fans love Neil Grucock, says Rob. Didn't know that. That's an interesting one, Rob. Karen says, I wouldn't be sorry if Gray left personally. I've got to be honest with you, Karen. Me neither, if I'm honest. Andy Medhurst says, secure Champions League, then try some youngsters. Probably a fair point. Thanks, Sports, for saying make sure you subscribe to Leicester Fan TV on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Sportser on YouTube is what you should be saying, Sportser. And Josh, while you're watching, mate, where's this next video? We're all waiting for it. I know you've got your college work to do and that. We need transfer gossip on your videos. I'm only kidding with you, Josh. You make sure you do all the important stuff first. Derek is saying, only talking about that red shirt last night, one of my favourites also. Thank you, Derek. I'll give you a little. I mean, it's like a fashion parade. Do you want it like? Not really. Sit down, Phil. That's what they're all saying. Here we go. Right, what have we got here? Blue Van Man. Dave, how are you, Dave? Dave is joining us on Friday for a bit of lunch again, live on Leicester Fan TV. 12:30, I think, Dave, we've arranged. We're going to have a beer. We're going to have, obviously, socially distanced because we're not even going to be in the same blooming back garden. But Dave is joining us. Don't forget, go and follow Blue Van Man on YouTube and on Twitter in particular. Join us at lunchtime on Friday. So that's another show to come and watch. Chappie says, oh, I see Chappers and Blue Van Man are just having a little bit of a chit chat on the side there. That's fine. Come back, all good there. Yeah, you just carry on. Look, here we go. This is just Chappers and Blue Van Man having a little chat. Not bad. Hope you're okay. You two, take it offline. I'm only kidding. Ross says, got the 1987 Leicester home shirt. Do you know what, guys? Before we go, I can announce the winner. Here we go. I've been meaning to do this for ages, and it's like, I've been so busy, honestly, through this virus. We have got 2 shirts to give away. It doesn't help having a green one on green screen, does it? Look at that. It's like Harry Potter's shield of cloak of invisibility or something. That's the green one. The pink one obviously works a lot better. Now, we've had so many entries, honestly, loads and loads of entries. I have got the winners for those shirts. I'm going to start, though, because first one I've got to give away is this. A mini keg of Tiger beer. Thanks to the guys at Everard's for that. I've got a winner for that. Here we go. So if you entered, this is the chance you could get to have won that. It's too late to enter now. The winner of that is, and here you go, this is the skill of special effects. Brad Jobber. Now, Brad Jobber is the winner of the beer. Well done to Brad. Don't know if you're watching Brad, but he's winning that. So that's Brad. Now we have got the winner of the pink shirt. Thanks to our guys at Pink Vehicle Leasing. So thanks to those. And the winner of that is Jackson Hill. So well done to Jackson Hill. Jackson Hill has won the pink shirt. Well done to you, mate. And then the final one, the winner of the green shirt, the cloak of invisibility, is none other than Brad Lingard. Now, Brad was watching earlier. So well done to you, Brad. You've won a green retro ironed coupe shirt. I don't think you were born when that one came out, Brad, but well done. So the 3 winners there is Brad Lingard has won the iron coupe. Jackson Hill has won the pink shirt. Well done, Jackson. Great first name, Jackson. And Brad Jobber. Any relation to Lee? Are you, Brad? Has won the beer. So well done to all you guys. Blue Van Man says, now I could do a beer garden. Do you want one of these, Blue Van Man? I'll send it out to you if you do. Dave, you let me know. I'll ask Everard's. They'll get you one of those sent out. 8 pints of pure, delicious Leicestershire beer. If you want one of those, Blue Van Man, you let me know and I'll get it sorted for you. Don't you worry. Jamie says he entered all 3. Jamie, you're lost in all 3. Oh, and look, he's saying I enter every month and I never win. Jamie, honestly, you keep entering. It's free to enter. Who wants some more competitions tomorrow? Of course you do. Look at me going off camera. Here is one of the prizes for tomorrow from our pals at 3 Retro. One of these babies. I love this. This is one of the best ever Leicester shirts, if you ask me. Can you see that? That's going to be one of the prizes. We've got another mini keg of beer. So, Jamie, don't you worry. You can win it tomorrow. I'm going to set these competitions up tomorrow. We've got more beer. We've got more shirts. And we've got lots and lots. Rob is asking, when is Steve Linex on? I think if Jamie from the Fox's Arms was still watching, he would know. My memory's a sieve. It's in about 3 weeks, I would say. Sean is saying he never wins one. Please, can I have one? Do you know Brad's won one? And I know he was watching earlier because I see he's put his comments in. He's gone now. He's given up. What should we do? Should we just give it to somebody else? Can't do that, can we? Mick Padgett, pen and wallet set. Yeah, you can win that. Listen, we've just about finished tonight's show. Thanks as ever to all your comments. It's been absolutely brilliant to get them all in. We are going back to our news. Well, I say we're going back to the future with our shows. Roughly what we've got lined up for you guys is Monday nights is going to be this sort of show. This is the Fanzone show. This is where you get your views in, you get your comments in. Sometimes we'll have a guest in, sometimes we won't. Sometimes Tom will join us. Sometimes Jamie will, Chappers. We like to mix it up. We want to get as many different fans' views on here as possible. But Monday nights is the Fanzone show where we do a lot of this. We'll give stuff away and we'll have a good old gas bag. Pedro's watching. Thanks, Pedro's watching from Portugal. Thanks, Pedro. Oh, that's not Pedro. That's Pedro. Thanks, Pedro. Hola. That's Spanish. It's Portugal, Spain. I know. I don't know how you say hello in Spanish, in Portuguese. But anyway, hi to Alfie as well. Good evening, Alfie. Thanks for that. Hope you're well. Yeah, what was I saying? You lost my track there. Monday nights is going to be Fanzone show where we do this sort of nonsense. Wednesday nights is going to be a new show. I think we're going to call it something like the Fox's Tales, which is Tom chatting with ex-Leicester City players. So that's going to be every Wednesday at 7:30. We are then going to be doing pre-match shows. I'm going to be doing the tactics show. Do you remember that, where I need your help and we pick a team every week? So that's going to be a tactics show. That's going to be the day before a game. On match days, obviously during lockdown, we're going to be going live before the match. We're going to be going live at half time. We're going to be going live at full time. We've got shows before, during and after the shows. We may even go live during the game so that we can chat along as well, if you think that's a good idea. We've also got Jamie's Fox's Aftermath show Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. He's learned how to use the tech so he can do far more, which is great to have on there. Chris Ward, thank you for your things. But yeah, Pedro saying it's Portugal, not Spain. Chris Ward says, great show. That's so kind of you. Imtiaz is saying, can we have a watch-along stream for the matches, or is Chappers doing them? Chappers is debating. He might well be doing them. I know a lot of you love Chappers' watch-along show, so make sure you message Chappers and pester him and tell him to do them, and we'll get them done. Anything else you want to do, you let me know. But listen, don't forget, as ever, thanks to the guys who help sponsor us and make this happen, which is Emergency Glazing Services, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Everard's, who produce that beautiful Tigers beer, ADT Taxis, Peter's Pizzas, The Fox's Arms, all the way out in Alcudia, Hologram, Harlow Geek Life, and our very own charity, which is Bodie Hodges. Now, I have got a special offer coming up soon for getting another local business offer some free advertising to a local business. So if you do run a local business, give us a shout and I'll give you a free spot on here for a short period. I never thought I'd see Premier League matches on the BBC, says Ross. I think it's the first time, Ross, it's happened since 1992. Is that right? Thank you for that. Auntie Karen says, nice one, Phil. Thanks, great show. Just checking, Auntie Karen, that is Auntie Karen, isn't it? Yes, it is. I know it is. Sean says, I'll come on live at halftime one game. Yes, please, Sean, if you can, that would be absolutely splendid. Now, before we get too far, let me just finish off by saying, as Chappers would have us say all this, please don't forget to like and share. My mum's calling me. Mum, no, not in the middle of a show. Seriously, follow us on Leicester Fan TV, please, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks everybody for watching. My name's Phil. It's been a pleasure chatting with you guys as ever. I've enjoyed being back to this sort of format, and we'll see you. Don't forget, join in with the chaps on Wednesday with Neil Grucock. Who? You youngsters say? Who? Look him up. Back in the day under Jot Wallace, back when these shirts were the pride of Leicester. See you on Wednesday. Cheers. Oh, see you later.